Hello and welcome to Origin's first ever online concert. A few years ago, we hosted a singer-songwriter concert in Macleod Free Church in Edinburgh, and we had planned to bring you another this year in June as well, but circumstances have somewhat overtaken that, and so we thought we would bring it forward and do an online concert for you instead. So tonight, it is our absolute privilege to have three of our favourite singer-songwriters joining us from Glasgow, Ellyn, from Tennessee, Nashville no less, Drake and Lucy Jane Lanier, and from Dunbar, just east of Edinburgh, Steph Macleod. And without further ado, I'm going to pass you straight over to Glasgow and Ellyn.
Well, hello there. Hi there, come on in. Thank you, Colin, and thank you, Origin Scotland, for putting this on. As Colin just said, my name is Ellyn Oliver. Welcome along to my living room here in Glasgow in Scotland. I'm feeling very comfortable right now because I have my slippers on. Ta-da. I hope you are feeling comfortable and that you're keeping healthy and keeping safe in these crazy times of lockdown. How wonderful is it that we have this technology that we can still share music and still connect and keep in touch and do gigs online. So yeah, I'm going to share my own songs with you just now. And this first one is called Fire. And it's based on quite a few things. But one of the things I was inspired by in writing it was a quote from John Wesley, which says, "Set yourself alight with passion, and people will come from miles to watch you burn." No questions or answers to find. Drift along in the shallow tide. The comfortable kingdom is mine. But then your spark came to set me alight, showing more than the beige, black and white. Gave enough to burn on through the night. The embers that glow, that passion never go cold. Ignite my whole soul to be bold. You fill me up to burn bright. Breathe wind, whisper words of new life. Catch undead ones come alive. Flames are growing, can you see? It's taking me over. Yeah, I am sinking, can you see? You have set me on fire, so I'm gonna let it burn. This is quite unusual. It's so weird to finish a song and to just be talking to no one. It's just like normal, to be honest, just talking to myself in an empty room. But I hope you are doing okay out there in lockdown. Please do, although I might not be able to speak to you or comment or reply to messages right now, please do comment on this stream, on this video. Leave me a message, say hello, tell me how you are, where you're watching from, and I'll have a look later on and have a wee chat with you, hopefully. I hope you're keeping okay in all ways during this lockdown. There's so much hard things to process through, isn't there? It's crazy. But you know, it's also I'm finding it an amazing time just to stop and to rest and to reflect and think, well, what was I doing before with my time? Where was I placing my priorities with using my time? Where was I placing my hope and my life? Was that in my career of being able to go and gig places, of being able to speak to people face to face, you know? It's really just making me assess so many different things. And this next song I wrote a while ago, but it's actually quite appropriate to things that I'm processing through and thinking through, and just where I put my trust and my hope. And I challenge you to take this time to think through what is your priority in your life, and how can you use this time to reassess and make changes so that hopefully when we get back to normal that it's in the right place. But for me, I want to make sure that I'm putting God first in my life, and that I would desire Him more than anything material or anything in this world, and that I would live like that. So it's called I'd Rather Have You.
I'll go anywhere as long as the road is easy. I'd give anything, all except my greatest treasure. There's always one condition holding back from complete surrender. But you are so much better. You are so much better. So I'd rather have you. I'll lay it down for your fame. I'd rather have you. My love for the world, take it away. I'd rather have you. I'd rather have you. When there's nothing left, you provide the shelter. When my life's at risk, you are my protector. I will trust your word because you never break a promise. You're a promise keeper. Yeah, you're a promise keeper. So I'd rather have you. I'll lay it down for your fame. I'd rather have you. My love for the world, take it away. I'd rather have you. Oh, I'd rather have you. Rather have you. I'd rather have you. you ask me, give this up, I'll give it over. Even when it's hard, my hope is clung to someone greater. I will seek you first, and you I am being made you now. You give strength for a battle, yeah, you give strength for a battle. So I'd rather have you and lay it down for your fame. I'd rather have you, my love, for the world. Take it away. I'd rather have you. Ooh, I'd rather have you.
Right. Let's check this is all still working. Gonna have some water as well. So how are you doing in lockdown land? Are you eating all the chocolate biscuits in the cupboard like me? Oh, the temptations. Certainly doing lots of comfort eating. This next song is called Diamonds and Gold, and it's about temptation. And it's it's a song that talks about from a place that you've been tempted before, but hopefully you've moved on and you've learned and realised what that was. And when the devil comes knocking at your door and is trying to tempt you again, but this time you're saying no. It's got a bit of sass, this song. So yeah.
You're back again, you're at my door, trying to mess with me, you want more, showing a new side, like a star, but I'm not falling for it this time, and please, just go, now, I see you, I'm real, I'm stronger, change my mind. Stop trying to win me. This silly game's getting old. Someone loves me better, and you can't give me diamonds or gold. Oh. Your time is up, it's in the past. Found a better love, a love that lasts. It won't use me up, then throw me down, and I'm not falling for it this time. And please, just go. Now I see you, I'm real, I'm stronger, and nothing will ever change my mind. Stop trying to win me.
thanks for listening. Hopefully you are. So I seem to have a knack of writing songs that have titles of gemstones or precious metals. Not intentional, just happened. This next one I wrote a long time before I wrote the last one. And it's been on my mind a lot. I mean, need to watch I'm speaking to my mic and not looking away. It's been on my mind a lot that we are in such a great position in our world that we have safe homes, we have the NHS, we have the facility to wash our hands, and there are so many in this world that don't. And I've really been thinking of those in refugee camps or in parts of the world that are in poor, actual poverty, that are not able to do that and to keep themselves safe in this way. So I'm really thankful to live in this part of the world, but also just praying a lot for them. And this one I wrote when I took a trip to Malawi, and I got to meet some girls who sadly had been part of some child marriages out there. Some girls as young as 9 that were married to men, often a lot older than them. They weren't treated well, but thankfully some groups that were set up and supported by a charity called Tear Fund. I'm not sure if I mentioned Tear Fund before. Yes, I think I did. Anyway, these groups set and supported by Tear Fund, they would go out and rescue these girls no matter what time of day or night. And those girls, all that I spoke to, had all been saved and rescued, and things had changed completely in that area. I then wrote this song when I came back. The verses are the words of the girls, and the chorus is the words of the groups, the rescuer groups, the mother and father groups. And it just talks about how precious those girls are and how much they matter.
Alone in a stranger's home, how did I end up here behind this door? I'm 14, I sold for 3. Can't stop these tears, can't stop this fear. Paraded, bought and sold, traded like cattle out on the road. But no matter what you're told, you're worth far more than any man's gold. Be strong, be brave. Hold on, we'll come. You're saved. You are treasure. Our girls, you are worth more than rubies and pearls. Me and the other wives, we tend his land, lay in his bed. I don't understand, my body's numb. What can I do? I plead with my mother, but it's no use. Is this what they planned? All my life is my only purpose as a wife. No, don't think that, don't believe. Have hope in your heart. Be strong, be brave. Hold on, we'll come. You're saved. You are treasure. bird, sing little bird. Sing little bird, sing little bird. Ooh, oh. Sing little bird, sing little bird. Oh, fill your lungs and sing little bird. Fly, little bird. Hold on, we'll come. You're safe. You are treasure. Our girls, you are worth more than rubies and pearls. You are worth more than rubies and pearls.
Right, so very quickly, I'm aware that I might be going over my allotted time slot. But yeah, I released my first record, my first EP last year in August. Look what I have here. It's the CD version. It's called Arms Wide Open. It's over 6 months old now. Where did that time fly? But it's available on Spotify, iTunes, Google Play, all the places that you might think. And I also have CDs, but probably not very safe to post them right now. But I do have some if you would like a CD. So you can find them on my website, which is just ellynoliver.com. So yeah, this is the title track of my EP. It's an EP, by the way, because 5 songs on it. It's not a full album. So yes, this is it's called Arms Wide Open, and I have hopefully grown a lot in the last wee while, in the last 10 years certainly. I have realised how much I definitely care too much about what other people think of me. You know, in the past it would have been quite crippling actually, just being so conscious of myself, being so self-conscious and aware of everything I say and everything I do in social situations, and just thinking over things. Maybe you can relate. And I came to a point where I realised actually the only person who it really matters who what they think of me is God, and He's my maker, and He is who I love most, and it really shouldn't matter what others think. And I also was thinking about how I don't have to earn His love by like performing well or doing good or saying the right thing, just by being me. He loves me. I don't have to earn that. If I kind of, at the time as I was writing it, as a church, we were going through the story of the prodigal son, the parable of the prodigal son. And Origin Scotland, funnily enough, does a production on this. I'm a part of that too. So I would encourage you to book that in your church for when this is all over. It's an amazing story, and go and read it. I won't go into detail, but basically at the end of the story, after this son has turned away from his father, there's this beautiful image of the Father, which is symbolizing God, was waiting with waiting for his son to return home, and actually he runs to meet him and embraces him. And it's the same for us when we turn away from God and we look to other things. For me, that was seeking the approval of other people, but that could be different for different people. But when we choose to turn back to him and choose to trust in Jesus and accept him and ask God for forgiveness, he's there waiting for us, and he loves us, and we don't have to do things to earn that. There's nothing that I can do to make God love me more than he already does. So yeah, that's what this is about.
When I'm lost, when I'm found, when I'm trying to find my way, when I can't, when I can, I don't know if I should say. Feeling low, feeling high, feeling somewhere in between. I'm slow, but I try, I'm not clear with all I mean. Who am I, who am not, I'm just putting on a mask. Too much, not enough, when I'm way too shy to ask. Rippy lines in my head, my laugh and my bore. When I think that'll do, but I'm always wanting more. There you're standing with arms wide open, and you already know. And there's nothing I can do to make you love me, to make you love me more. No. All to see, I can look like I abide. In the dark, you and me, from your presence I can't hide. You know my thoughts, know my ways, going out and lying down. Despite that, steadfast, your love for me resounds. Though I chase after dirt, be the treasure that I seek. In this dry, weedy land, I fail 'cause I am weak. But your grace upon grace, of which I don't deserve, be my strength, water quench me all that I prefer. 'Cause there you're standing with arms wide open, and you already know. And there's nothing I can do to make you love me, to make you love me more. No. So I weep, so I thirst, knowing only you fulfill. In unrest, this I know, you're the calm and you're the still. It's you I seek, you I long, I search to know more. 'Cause I know that the answer is found in you alone. I love you, Lord, with all my heart, all my mind and soul and strength. Draw me close, fill this void, come and make me whole again. 'Cause I know, yes I know, it's only you that satisfies. In his power, in his name, give freedom from that lie. 'Cause there you're standing with arms wide open, and you already know. And there's nothing I can do to make you love me, to make you love me more. No.
Right, I'm putting down my guitar for my last song. I'm going to squeeze it in there. Hopefully I still have enough time. But thanks so much again for tuning in and watching. Thanks also to Colin and Norma and everyone at Origin for putting this together and supporting artists, and can't wait to watch Drakeford all the way from Nashville that are coming up next, and then Steph Macleod later. I love Steph, so can't wait to relax and see that. So I'm going to finish off with a song that I always finish my sets with. It's an old gospel song. You might know it, called "Wayfaring Stranger." And in these times, we're talking a lot about hope, right? The hope that we have. Oh, I hope you're doing okay. The hope that this will all pass. And it is going to pass. Things will get easier, hopefully. This song talks about a future hope. This might pass right now, although we might not see it quite yet. What we're going through will pass, but we will still face sickness. We will still face toil and hard things, and but God promises us secure hope for the future. He tells us that one day, if you trust in Jesus and if you accept him in your life, then you will get to be with him in heaven. And one day there will be no more sickness. There will be no more viruses. There will be no more hurt and pain. And he will wipe every tear from our eyes, as it says in the Bible. And that is what is giving me strength at this time, as with what we're going through. There is a greater hope, and it's bigger than this world. And that is in Jesus, and that is through him that we get to be with our Father and our Saviour in heaven. So, here's a bit of Wayfaring Stranger. And that bright land to which I go, I'm going there to see my Father. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home, and I know that clouds, they'll gather around me. I know my way is rough and steep, but beautiful fields, they lie just before me. And God's redeemed, their vigils keep. I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. Hey, 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 hey. Hey,
Oh, the blood was bad. I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there, no more to run. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home. I'm going there to see my Savior. I'm going there, no more to roam. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going over home.
Well, thank you so much. Thanks again for tuning in, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Go and enjoy some Drakeford and some Steph Macleod. And hopefully I'll see you somewhere soon. Good night.
Oh, Ellyn, that was absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I think one of the things I take away from that really is the idea that there is hope for the Christian, no matter what we're facing, that we are going one day to see our Saviour. Ellyn has a CD out, as she was telling you. You can find out more information. You can order it at ellynoliver.com, or you can find her music on iTunes, Spotify, all the usual places. It's a difficult time for artists at the moment. We'd like to offer you the opportunity to support the artists that have been taking part in this event tonight. Any donations tonight will be split between Ellyn, Drakeford, Steph and Origin Scotland in order to support artists at a time when live gigs have just completely evaporated. So please give generously. The information is down below in the below the YouTube comment section, or there will be information at the end of this concert as to how you can give. So thank you again, Ellyn. We are now going to cross to Nashville, Tennessee, where we are going to meet Drakeford.
Well, hello everybody. We are Drakeford. We're going to be performing for you guys from our living room, hopefully to your living rooms.
We were really excited to be able to come and perform for you guys in Edinburgh in June. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, but I think we're still going to have a great time together. So we're just going to be playing a few songs for you guys, and hope you like it. This first one we're going to do for you is actually one of our older ones. Drake and I actually met and started dating while living overseas. We were living in a beautiful country called Turkey, and we were part of a street performing team, and we'd go out on the streets of Istanbul, all over Turkey, the Middle East, Asia, and do street performing and gather crowds. And so we wrote this song specifically for that reason, and it's a fun one, so I hope you guys like it. It's called Never Leave or Forsake Us.
There is no way that I could ever understand, and no one has nor will fully comprehend. Your word says that you've got the ocean in your hand. That's a pretty big hand if you ask me. Big enough to hold all of us still, and close enough to know all our individual plans. So in my attempts to become a better man, I think I will just follow you closely, 'cause I can't do this on my own. I am not alone. You promised that you would never leave or forsake us. I've got nowhere else to go. I absolutely know. You promised that you would never leave or forsake us. So I'm reminded of the times that I have been in need, when all I ever really wanted was to succeed. A nice car and a wife and a life of ease. But I believe that there's something far greater, 'cause now I know that my life's got a purpose. I've recognized the lie that I am worthless. So good intentions or with wrong motives, oh heaven knows I depend on my Savior. 'Cause I can't do this on my own, but I am not alone. You promised that you would never leave or forsake us. I've got nowhere else to go. absolutely know. You promised that you would never leave or forsake us. If someone died and you're grieving, you're giving or you're receiving. If you're alive and you're breathing, then he is worthy of singing. This isn't giving or taking, so please don't get me mistaken. This is about a relation into the God of creation that said that I would tell you that he knows your name. He made all the stars, he knows them the same. So when you start thinking about the things you want to change, just keep in mind this one thing, that we can't do this on our own, but we are not alone. He promised that he would never leave or forsake us. We've got nowhere else to go, and he wants us all to know. He promised that he would never leave or forsake us. Man, that's fun. We played that like a bajillion times, and I still enjoy performing that one.
I guess that's a good sign.
Well, we're also stoked to be sharing this virtual stage. I don't know why I just did the quotation mark. We're sharing this virtual stage with some incredibly talented artists. A friend of ours, Steph Macleod, and a new friend of ours, Ellyn Oliver. Mm-hmm. They're just incredible. I can't wait for you to hear them. They're just amazing.
So good.
All right, we're going to play another song. Mm-hmm. This is a newer song. It's the first single that we released last year in 2019. And just to give you guys a little bit of backstory for the next two songs, actually, we stepped into full-time music about 5 years ago.
5 years ago. That's
Good
crazy.
grief. And it's been a roller coaster ride, guys. It's been amazing seeing God provide for us to do what we feel like we were called to do. Mm-hmm. And yeah, we've had mountaintop moments in that, and we've had really low valley moments. And just in the spirit of being really honest and vulnerable, the last 2.5 years have been pretty steep valleys for us. It's been a pretty rough time. We've been on the road a lot, away from community, by ourselves, and then even our relationship dynamic has been stretched in different ways where we're work partners, but we're also married, and trying to walk that line as well. And we got to a point about 1.5 years ago where it was like, is this going to work out? Like, is music going to work for us? Are we going to be able to keep paying the bills? Are we going to make it through the spiritual drought that we kind of feel that we've been in from not being around other, people in our community who are like-minded? And we basically sat down one afternoon and looked at each other and said, as long as we've got each other and we've got God, mm-hmm. we're going to be all right. Like, we're going to be just fine. Mm-hmm. And so that's where these next two songs came from. Yeah. But this one is called We'll Be Alright, and this is the first single from last year. So if you like it, you can hear it on Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, all those places. But hope you like it.
Baby, you don't look a lot like Tennessee, but I'm really glad you're here with me. I'd be helpless by myself, but I know it ain't easy being so far from your family. Feeling homesick, but if we stick together, we can face tomorrow. It doesn't matter where we go, 'cause you're the first light in the morning, a dark sky without a warning. No, don't mind if it starts storming, 'cause I love the rain. Don't need the sun to shine, 'cause you're my heat in the summertime. And no matter the weather, if we're standing together, then I know you and I will be alright. I know we will be alright.
Lately, life is tougher than it's ever been. We've been through the fire and back again, but I got no doubt that we're gonna make it, because baby, I have witnessed every side of you. I know the depths of what you're going through, but happiness is ours for the taking. Oh,
I just wanted you to know that
you're the first light in the morning, a dark sky without a warning. No, don't mind if it starts storming, 'cause you know I love the rain. Don't need the sun to shine, 'cause you're my heat in the summertime. And no matter the weather, if we're standing together, then I know you and I will be alright. Yeah, 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 yeah.
oh, be alright, be alright, be alright, be alright, be alright.
Oh, what no one said that life would be without stress or worry free, but I've got you and you got me, so we're gonna be just fine. 'Cause you're the first light in the morning, a dark sky without a warning. I don't mind if it starts storming. No, don't need the sun to shine, 'cause you're my heat in the summertime. And no matter the weather, if we're standing together, then I know you and I will be alright. I know we will be alright.
Yay!
So that's We'll Be Alright.
I think, if I can speak honestly, I think that might be one of my favorite songs we've ever done.
I have to agree with you.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's real to where we were and where we are, but at the same time kind of hopeful.
It's hopeful. Yeah. And I love it. And it's a happy, like, yeah, I like it. It's one of my favorites, if I'm allowed to say that.
Oh, man.
So as Drake said, this next song is actually kind of in a similar vein as that last one. But this one has not been released yet. It's a newer song, and but it's one that I'm really excited about. I think we both are really excited about it. And so hopefully we'll be able to release it this year. That's kind of what we're aiming for. But it's basically just about not giving up, pressing on in those hard times, in those hard moments. And I feel like with everything that's happening right now in the world as well, this song is really relevant, to not give up, you know, keep breathing, just take it one step at a time, one day at a time. Yeah, and it's called Press On.
How do you love when your heart is broken? What do you see when your eyes aren't fixed? Where do you go when the doors aren't open? Where do you go when you can't pay rent? What do you do when your light is fading? You're not so sure that the anchor holds. And when all of your plans are failing, what can you do but surrender all? Ooh, I'm done pretending that I'm strong. Ooh, when I've got nothing left to stand upon. Ooh, and every trace of broken faith you have is gone. You just take a deep breath and press on. Oh, you gotta press on. Oh, what do you do when the future scares you? Not so sure which way to go. And when your sense of calling fails you, what can you do but surrender? What can you do but surrender all? Ooh, I'm done pretending that I'm strong. fall down, don't fall behind. Use all the strength that you can find to get back up and fight another day. Yeah, move ahead from what you've learned. Don't sit and watch your bridges burn, but let the fire illuminate your way as you make your way. I'm done pretending that I'm strong when I've got nothing left to stand upon. Every trace of broken faith you have is gone. You just take a deep breath and press on. Oh, you gotta press on. Oh, good job.
Thanks, you too. Man.
So press on, guys. I know it's tough.
Yep. We
But-
are all in this together, and we're gonna get through this.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Lucy Jane and I, we've lived in the States for a while now, but we just moved to Nashville about a year ago exactly.
Yeah.
And it's been amazing. It's been so cool. The community here is outrageous.
Yeah.
We moved here expecting that it would be like really competitive, that people would be, fighting to get their voices heard because everybody in town does music.
Mm-hmm.
And we were surprised to find that, in fact, people just want to help each other out.
Yeah.
And so, like, teaching us how to work recording software and run cameras and
Yeah.
helping us with songs and co-writing with lots of people. It's just been really nice. So we started writing a song about that because when you're a songwriter and you like something or someone,
You write a song about it.
write a song about it. So
Yeah.
that's what we did. And we got really original with the name of this one. It's called Nashville. And we also released this last year. So if you like it, you can listen to it as well.
Yeah. And when we do this song live, there's a little section of it that has like some audience participation in it. And obviously, we're not all like right here together right now, but when you hear this one part of the song, we'd love it if in your living room you just start singing along with us. I think that would be fun.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep. We'll tell you when.
We'll point it out.
Well, I moved to the land of music and of promises, the land of traffic jams, restaurants and offices. A coffee in my hand just to help me fight the awkwardness. Was in another town, but this is where the party is. So there I go, jumping on the bandwagon. Raise a glass for all the record deals I ain't having. Funny enough, I didn't come to make my dreams happen. I just came to be singing. First of all, don't do it for the money. Second of all, don't work for free. You got a gift to share, some change to spare for those who need the opportunity. You gotta breathe it in when you're walking through the roses, but chase the one that you're meant to be. And most of all, just love all the people you see. And that tip's on me. Well, I'm still figuring out the ways of my new town, a city full of dreamers, and we're paying the bills somehow. You probably seen them all living it up in SoCal, but only Tennessee knows the meaning of a hoedown. You probably heard about some daughters and a bakery. You definitely heard about the music industry, but people are the real heartbeat of the community, and that's fine by me. Singing, first of all, don't do it for the money. Second of all, don't work for free. You got a gift to share, some change to spare for those who need the opportunity. You gotta breathe it in when you're walking through the roses, but chase the one that you're meant to be. And most of all, just love all the people you see. And that tip's on me.
All right, we'll teach you the part, and won't you sing along with us? Ready?
Oh, oh, na 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 na. Oh oh na 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 na.
All right, now you try that.
Well, Nashville is alive and kicking. Hit you in the senses like a fresh hot chicken. Some people think that all you gotta do is write a hit, then take it to the radio and now you're making millions. But you know, it doesn't work that way. You write a couple hundred songs, only one gets played, but that's okay. I'm in it to communicate, and you know, I've got a lot to say. Singing, first of all, don't do it for the money. Second of all, don't work for free. You got a gift to share, some change to spare for those who need the opportunity. You gotta breathe it in when you're walking through the roses, but chase the one that you're meant to be. And most of all, just love all the people you see. That tip's on me.
Yeah.
Woo! I heard you singing. Come on.
I heard that. Good participation.
Gosh, man, I wish we could be there with you in person.
I know. Soon enough. Soon enough.
I don't know why I took the capo off. That was the same capo.
All right, how about another brand new one that we have not released? Hopefully that's okay with you guys.
A lot of times we write songs to like encourage people, and either we're speaking from our perspective to yours, or sometimes we sing from God's perspective to all of us. But like we mentioned, like the last couple of years has been kind of a rough spot for us, and in that, alongside that, I personally have had a really spiritually dry spell, where you could probably use the word drought. That would probably sum it up. And in kind of my Enneagram 4 moodiness, I like to just sit and think about things, and I don't mind, dive into the depths of my emotions. And I was sitting down there one day in my metaphorical bottom, and I thought, you need to be reminded of things just as much as other people need you to remind them of things. And so from that thought, I just started writing some words that I knew were true according to Scripture and according to what God says about us. And ultimately, I needed to be reminded that every care that I have in my life, every burden, I am not only supposed to, but I'm fully able and welcome to cast it on Jesus, because Scripture says that He cares for us. So in that simple place of just giving Him everything and knowing that He's going to take care of us, that's where this song came from. And I wrote it to myself. So it might mean something to you, but this is me singing to me. Hope you like it. This is Cast Your Cares.
I can't save you from the darkness that surrounds you. I can't lead you through the night. I can't free you from the past that lies behind you. I can't make your burdens light. So cast your cares on Jesus. He makes all things new. Cast your cares on Jesus, because He cares for you. You can't pull yourself away from those addictions. You don't have that kind of strength. Flesh and blood is not enough to resurrect you. Human hands weren't built to save. So cast your cares on Jesus. He makes all things new. Cast your cares on Jesus, because He cares for you. So won't you look to the mountain where your help comes from, when you're standing in the valley of the mess that you've become. You are welcome at His table, doesn't matter what you've done, for His mercy is unending and His grace is still enough. So won't you look to the mountain where your help comes from, when you're standing in the valley of the mess that you've become. You can stand before the Father through His resurrected Son, for His mercy is unending and His grace is still enough. Cast your cares on Jesus. He makes all things new. Cast your cares on Jesus, because He cares for you. Because He cares for you.
It's a special one.
Yeah, it was meaningful to me. I hope it's meaningful to you guys as well.
Yeah.
All right, we got a couple more songs, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Yeah.
And letting us sing for you, whatever time of the day it is for you.
Yeah.
It's
been a lot of fun.
This has been a blast, man. And it's incredible that like technology is advanced so that in the middle of a global pandemic, we can still, come together for a concert.
Yeah, with other artists. And I think that's just really, really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, we got another new one for you.
Man, we just went with all the new ones tonight. I hope that's okay.
This song isn't actually a new song. We wrote it like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
But we've never recorded. We've been waiting for the right time to release this one. And top secret, we're working on a project now. There's no release date. We don't have anything scheduled, but we've just been hacking away in our little home studio, trying to finish it. And
That's
I think this song is going to be on the project.
Yeah.
So this is called The Way.
Well, I feel I'm going nowhere, running out of time, like I'm swimming up a river against a turning tide. Oh, I'm climbing up this mountain 30 miles high with a suitcase in my hand and a woman at my side. And I've been searching for a beacon that I still have yet to find, and there's got to be a reason for the slowing in my stride. I could probably find the culprit if I really sat and tried, but to be completely honest, I'd rather run and hide. Oh no, and I know that my heart is running, but I feel there's a breakthrough coming, and my boots may be worn, but I know the way I was made to go. Now things are really changing, but not the way I planned. People look at my creations and they think that's who I am, and we all have expectations, but I wish they'd understand that the only inspiration that I get is secondhand. But still people try to tell me what I should and shouldn't say, like you better keep it simple and don't challenge us that way. But I'm not in that kind of business. No, I left that ship at bay. So I'll keep on writing what I think we need to hear today. Oh no, and my heart is a full moon rising, and my mind is a red horizon, and my sails may be torn, but I know the way I was made to go. I got faith in what my eyes can't see, but I'm not the man I thought I'd be, no. And my heart is an open canyon, more desolate than it has been. And my boots may be worn, but I know the way I was made to go.
Sing it.
Woo! That's high. That's a really high song.
That's why we always put it at the end of our set.
So we don't have to worry about our voices being shredded.
Man, well, this is going to be our last song. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for having us. This has been really, really fun.
Yeah.
And especially getting to sing alongside Steph and Ellyn as well. That's really exciting and an honor. So so you guys can find our music on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon, anywhere that you listen to music. We'd love to hear from you guys. We'd love to stay in touch. You can find us on all the socials as well. So yeah, get in touch with us and let us know what you thought about this little live from our living room.
We'd appreciate that.
Hope it's been good. But yeah, so we're going to end on a song that is a really special one and fun to sing as well. We wrote this one a few years back, and it was on our last record we released in 2018. The record is called The Venture. And this song we wrote all about unity. When we wrote it, it was at a time that there was a lot of division and just, a lot of hatred going around. And so we wanted to write a song just about being unified and standing together and loving one another in our differences. Because God made us to be different. And so that's kind of where this song came from. And hope you like it. It's called Stronger Than One.
Are you feeling heavy? Do you have a weight on your back that's too hard to carry? The wind is you still in your tracks. Well, tell me, are you hurting? Do you have a burden like a chain on your neck? Well, let me tell you something. You don't have to live like that. No one soul could never make it alone. But if we all stand together, then we're stronger than one. And when your world starts to crumble, you don't have to run. 'Cause if we all stand together, then we're stronger than one. And have you been rejected? I promise I've been there too. I know how it affects you and every single thing that you do. Well, are you broken-hearted, feeling disregarded, like you got nothing left? Well, let me tell you something. You don't have to live like that. No one soul could never make it alone. But if we all stand together, then we're stronger than one. And when your world starts to crumble, you don't have to run. 'Cause if we all stand together, there is a hand that you can always count on. Take my word when it hurts so bad and you're not sure what to do. It doesn't have to be up to you. No, 'cause one soul could never make it alone. But if we all stand together, then we're stronger than one. And when your world starts to crumble, you don't have to run. 'Cause if we all stand together, then we're stronger than one.
Yay!
Well, guys, thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out with us. Hopefully,
Yeah.
it's not too long until we're there playing for you in person.
Yeah.
But until then, stay safe. We love you, and see you next time.
I love the idea that you don't have to live with the burden. The other day, my family and I, we were watching Pilgrim's Progress on YouTube, and I remember the moment when the burden fell from Pilgrim's back. And the wonderful thing about faith in God is that when we trust in Him, when we place our lives in His hands, that burden disappears from our back. That doesn't make life easy. Drake and Lucy Jane were talking there about how difficult life can be from time to time and how difficult it has been for them recently. It doesn't make it easy, but we have a Saviour who shares our burdens and can bring us the inner peace and the hope and the joy that we need. Thank you so much, Drake and Lucy Jane. It is an honour to know you and a privilege to call you friends. And also, remember, opportunity to donate. Origin does have a well-established thing in the Edinburgh Festival is pay what you think it's worth. So tonight I would challenge you, donate what you think it's worth. The links are below and they will again be at the end. Thank you so much. And again now we're going to go over to Dunbar, which is a small village just to the east of Edinburgh before you fall into the sea, where somewhere secluded in his attic is Steph Macleod.
Hi there, my name's Steph Macleod. I am a singer-songwriter and worship leader from Scotland. And I am extremely happy to be partnering with Origin Scotland tonight to bring you this concert from my humble abode in Dunbar in the east of Scotland. I'm going to play a few songs of my testimony, which is, and share my testimony. My songs are quite testimonial, and share about my faith and what brings me hope. I hope you're all safe and all well, and had a wonderful Easter. I know we did, together as a family. So I'll just jump right in. This is a song called When I Found Jesus, which I wrote just over 10 years ago. I had been living in a homeless hostel in 2006 run by the Bethany Christian Trust, a wonderful organisation and charity in Scotland that help the homeless. I'd spent about a year on and off the streets, in and out of homeless hostels in 2005 and 6, ravaged with alcohol addiction. And it got to breaking point. I just didn't know how to stop. And Bethany took me in and gave me a bed on the 13th of February 2006. I started writing songs. They had a couple of guitars in the centre, and I wrote songs about being homeless and addiction. Eventually, I started writing about my faith. I gave my life to Christ while I was in the centre, after hearing a minister give his testimony one night. His name's Cammy Mackenzie, wonderful man. I could relate to his story, but it was the hope that he spoke about. And, he said a couple of things. There's no such thing as 50% free. It's all or nothing. If you want to be truly free, Jesus, you've got to be willing to give him everything. And I took a step of faith that night and prayed, and I felt something move in my heart. It really did move in it. All the fear and all the anger and all the shame that I'd carried for so long, it was suddenly like it was just somebody took it off my shoulders and said, you don't have to carry that burden anymore, and there was a real sense of peace. So eventually I wrote this song. It's called When I Found Jesus. When I found Jesus, he was holding on to me. I was broken, I couldn't stand on my own 2 feet. Said a word and broke my chains. I was free to breathe again. My life was saved by the love and blood of Jesus. When I found Jesus, he was standing over me. I was down and out, I'd been living on the streets. There were times I could have died, but the Lord was by my side. I didn't know it then, I've been saved by the blood of Jesus. He took the weight off my shoulders. He came and gave me rest. He came and gave me rest. Gave me peace from my troubles. And Lord, I have been blessed. When I found Jesus, he was walking next to me. On the lonely path of my man-made destiny, he must have looked into my eyes, saw the tears and heard my cries. For where I stood, I was saved by the blood of Jesus. And the empty promises of the world, they had forsaken me. They left me in the wilderness. It was Jesus who rescued me. He called my name. I would never be the same. Just one touch from the King of Kings, it changed everything. He changes everything. He changes everything. And he changes everything. And when I found Jesus, he was heavy on my heart. I was lost for words, I didn't know where to start. All I know is I believe, but more than that I have received. My sins have been paid by the love and blood of Jesus. I've been saved by the blood of Jesus, my Lord. Took the weight off my shoulders, and he came and gave me rest. He came and gave me rest. Gave me peace from my troubles. And Lord, I have been blessed. Oh Lord, I have been blessed. Thank you. So I went back to the homeless hostel that night, and the with something which I hadn't had before, which was hope and gratitude, which is quite strange because I had nothing at that point. don't think I even had a bank account. I'd cut off contact with most of my family, and I didn't have any friends anymore. You got to understand, I was a complete riot. I just wasn't pleasant to be around, very mentally unstable up until that point. And the nature of addiction is it's such an inward-looking entity. And when I gave my life to Christ, suddenly I went from a man that thought he was the centre of the universe to looking out at something which, I'll be honest, I didn't really understand, but I knew that I wasn't alone anymore. I was gratitude for the little bed in the little room that I had in Bethany, and the next morning I noticed people smiling for the first time, I think, in my adult life. They were smiling at me. And then I went outside and I noticed how much it rains in Scotland. But it wasn't grey and depressing and dour. It was silver and lilac, and everything was gleaming, and I could hear the water trickling, and it was just beautiful. Edinburgh is a beautiful city, you know. And then it was like Jesus was just saying, come, I've got so much I want to share with you. That's what this next song's about. It's called Light Beams, and it was just about experiencing the joy of God's grace on day one.
See your light beams falling on me. See the light beams falling on me. See the light beams falling on me. I see the light beams falling on me. And everything glows. Everything glows. Everything glows. You are with me wherever I go. I feel the lightning dance on my skin. Feel the lightning dance on my skin. Feel the lightning, Jesus, dance on my skin. Feel the lightning dance on my skin. And everything glows. Everything glows. And everything glows. You are with me wherever I go. And I am alive and I am free. I feel the fire of love when I breathe. I am alive, and I am free. I feel the fire of love when I breathe. Oh, I hear your heartbeat, it's beckoning me. I hear your heartbeat beckoning me. I hear your heartbeat, Jesus is beckoning me. And I can hear your heartbeat beckoning me. I hear your heartbeat, it's beckoning me. I hear your heartbeat beckoning me. I hear your heartbeat, it's beckoning me. And I can hear your heartbeat beckoning me. And everything glows, everything glows, everything glows. You are with me, my God, wherever I go.
Yeah, so that was started to see life in a very different way, and started going to church where I met, eventually met my wife, and gained a son, and had 2 girls. Started writing more music, and somebody said, "This is what you're meant to do with the rest of your life: is share the gospel through your testimony." And I've been doing it ever since. Been a wonderful privilege to travel the world, to take my truth, my experience of my relationship with Jesus Christ into prisons and secret church services in Egypt, with charities like Open Doors and Tear Fund and IGM and Bethany. I've Eric Schelpen in Sweden. I've had the wonderful opportunity to play at non-Christian events with some wonderful musicians. This guitar, just absolutely beautiful guitar, was made by a German luthier called Andreas Kuntz. I met him at a music festival and he invited me to come and play guitar in Zauber, where I met some incredible musicians and some wonderful people. Been playing there pretty much ever since. It's just such an incredible privilege. I've gotten to travel all over and tell the truth. It's just such a wonderful thing. I did get ill a few years back. It's actually a number of years back now, maybe 6. Which is interesting because I hadn't been truly honest about some of the things that happened to me when I was young, and also when I was homeless and stuff, through fear of rejection from my family, my church. And when you're desperate, you'll do absolutely anything to feed your addiction, and I did. There was a lot of trauma there, and violent trauma when I was a teenager, which I was just terrified to tell anybody about. And unfortunately, we're only as sick as our secrets, It was very good at putting on a brave face. And for a long time I was heavily medicated, but because I didn't have the ability to be completely transparent emotionally, I abused it. And about 5-6 years ago, my world came tumbling down. I was touring so much, I just took my eye off the prize, and I relapsed back into addiction because it was the only thing that I knew that could soothe my pain at that time. I just couldn't I couldn't deal with it, and everything came out, and I had to get some help from our wonderful NHS. Who I want to thank you, the NHS. My wife works for the NHS, and they really are putting their lives on the line to save the people we love, and so I just want to say thank you for that. And but they helped me to get honest about my issues, and I hated everybody at that time, which was just a reflection of how I felt about me. I was encouraged to write. At that point, I wasn't doing music again, ever. I was convinced. They told me to write about my emotions, which, I never grew up in an emotional environment, or an environment where you were allowed to express yourself emotionally, which is kind of a Scottish cultural thing anyway, but I wrote this song, it's called Let There Be Light, and it's just about, because I knew God was there, and I knew He loved me, and I knew He forgave me, but I couldn't forgive myself. I hated me. Every time I looked in the mirror, it was just, I gave myself nothing but abuse. And it was like sailing in the night with no control, and just in this massive storm, and just crying out to God. And I wrote this song, it's called Let There Be Light.
I sail the lonely deep, in the midnight watch I keep. I stand amazed when stars on the billows gleam. And though I know a storm is rising high above a dark horizon, I know, oh Lord, I know You're here with me. So let there be light, Lord, let it shine out of Your heart, here and mine. When it rains from heaven above, let it rain, sweet heavenly love. Let there be light, let there be light. There's a call on the restless tide, like a long and endless night, and it breaks the bow like a raging symphony. And though I may be far from shore, I am anchored at heaven's door. But I know, Lord, I know You're here with me. So let there be light, and Lord, let it shine out of Your heart, here in mine. Lead me out of the eye of the storm, into the promise of the crimson dawn. Let there be light, sweet Jesus, let there be light. Grace is enough, grace is enough. Find me here, surrounded in an ocean of love. Your grace is enough, grace is enough. find me here. I'm surrounded in an ocean of love. Your grace is enough. Your grace is enough. Find me here. I'm surrounded in an ocean of your love. Let there be light, and Lord, let it shine out of your heart, here in the mind. Lead me out of the eye of the storm, into the promise of the crimson door. Let there be light. Let there be light. Let there be light. Sweet Jesus, let there be light. Let there be light. Oh Lord, let there be light. So I might have accidentally turned on my harmonizer there, so if it didn't, it sounded mental, I do apologise. I was introduced to a 12-step program, which I thought was a lot of nonsense, until I actually went through it. And to me, it was just all biblical. When I came out the other side, it's weird, you don't understand the process until you've gone through it. My experience of my 12-step program was admitting defeat. The paradox in that was victory. Understanding that a higher power of my understanding, God, as I understand, could restore me to a sound mind. And then handing my will and my life back to God and living as He intended. And then getting very honest for the first time in my life about things I'd never shared with anyone, sharing that with someone and with God, allowing that to be a foundation for me to move forward and living in a different way, making amends and you know, for the things that I'd done and for the hurt and the pain that I'd caused others, and then meditating, praying, and carrying the message, you know, studying myself through God's Word, taking quiet time for me, praying to God, so speaking to God, listening to God, and then carrying the message of hope and recovery and the gospel to me. That for me was my recovery story, and it took a bit of time and hard work, and there were some amazing people that helped me through that journey. I didn't realise that by reaching out and loving other people, it could actually cure my feelings of constant chronic loneliness, you know. Service, going to church, being selfless. It's you know, I was at the core a very selfish man. I have that ability to be a selfish man, but you know, when I'm living in God's will and reaching out as Jesus did, and loving others and lifting them up, it's like the rising tide seems to float all the boats. And my self-esteem, this incredible thing, the more I loved others, the more my self-esteem seemed to come up, which was just an incredible thing. I'm so grateful for that. It totally changed the way that I looked at Scripture, and my relationship with Jesus Christ just completely changed, because I felt like I was part of it for the first time, you know. Maybe not the first time, but just totally, I felt like I was there, I was present, instead of constantly trying to maybe have people perceive that I was something that I wasn't, you know. And it was a beautiful thing, just being able to be me. I fell in love with music again, and I've got to thank Origin Scotland, because when I was in the homeless hostel, my friend Dave took me along to Origin when I started playing guitar with him, and that was where I first got introduced to Christian music. And if it wasn't for Origin and the wonderful work that they do, and the hard work led by Colin Peckham, it just introduced me to old hymns and Christian music in a way that was just
mind blowing. I just totally opened my heart and got me to engage emotionally. Music for me is a way I can engage with God in a very emotional way, which is just a beautiful thing, because I struggle emotionally, so I think I've got time for maybe one or two more songs. We'll see how it goes, but this is a song I wrote after going to Egypt with Open Doors, and it's based on Psalm 27, which is, "The Lord is my light and salvation, whom should I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life, whom should I be afraid? When evildoers assail me to eat my flesh, my adversaries and my foes, it is they who will stumble and fall. Though an army encamp against me, my heart shall not fear. Though war rise against me, yet I will be confident. One thing I've asked of the Lord, that I will seek after, that I may dwell in the house of the Lord all the days of my life." I heard the people in Egypt sing that on my last day there. And I don't speak Arabic, but it's a very, very moving spiritual moment, and I wrote a bluesy version, and I go back. Hope you like it. Also so fearless in their faith, but they loved those that persecute them, because love is the greatest weapon, and it changed everything. Shining light, you are my light, you are my shining light, my salvation, Jesus. All my life, feel no one, no one. You are my strength, and I am thirsty for you. Evil would have me walk away from the truth, but I stand upon the rock in the name of the Lord. And though my enemy comes, he will stumble and fall. And as I stand all alone under the shadows of the sea, evil rises up in a mighty wave to bury me. I will not be turned, I will not be afraid. I've got the light of my Lord burning here within my veins, and I say, you are my light, you are my shining light. You are my light, you are my shining light, and my salvation, yeah. Said a home alive for no one, no one, no. Take me and hide me in the palm of your hand. Raise me high above when mine enemies stand. Said I will rejoice and I will be true. My weapon is my voice to fight the darkness for you. And even when I feel forsaken, Lord, I'm gonna look to thy face. Humble my heart as I pray for your grace. Come on, just give me the words. I will walk in the truth. I am a warrior for Jesus. I'm a warrior for Jesus. You are my light, you are my shining light. You are my light, you are my shining light.
it's all for you. It's all for you. You are my light, you are my shining light, Jesus. You are my light, you are my shining light, Jesus. You are my light, you are my shining light, Jesus. You are my light, you are my shining light, Jesus. You are my light, you are my shining light, Jesus. You are my light, you are my shining light, Jesus. You are my light, you are my shining light, Jesus. Oh, my salvation. Wow, I love that song. He is Lord. He is Lord. He is risen from the dead. He is Lord. And every knee shall bow, and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ is Lord. So thank you very much. I pray that you are all well and safe, and yeah, I'd love to see you, speak to you. If you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned, please get in touch, and thank you again to Origin and Ellyn for inviting me to be a part of this. So good night and God bless.
Thank you, Steph. He is Lord. He is Lord over our lives. He is Lord over the world. He is Lord over the church. He is Lord over the situation that the world is facing at the moment. Thank you for that reminder. If you've heard anything tonight that has made you want to ask questions, please drop us a line. Our email address is down here. We'll also put it at the end, along with some phone numbers if you'd like to chat to someone. If you live in the UK or in South Africa, we'd love to send you some more information if you have questions about becoming a Christian or want to know more about Jesus. I want to say a big thank you to Steph Macleod, to Ellyn Oliver, and to Drake and Lucy Jane Lanier for taking part in tonight's event. Remember, you can still support them. We'll put some links at the end to show you how you could give what you think it's worth. So thank you again for coming. We appreciate you taking time to sit and enjoy our first ever online concert. We wish you all the best. God bless you, and good night.
He is Lord. He is Lord. He is risen from the dead. He is Lord. And every knee shall bow, and every tongue confess that Jesus Christ